you are quite well known about use of statistic tools. Say for example, this is a data set where you are supposed to know the data has been arranged by animal wise, and their birth weight and body weight has been described here. We have taken an example of 10 animals belonging to different sex. Now here what we have to do, we have to estimate the mean value of these values of birth weight parameter or body weight parameter, and we have to estimate the standard error. Now we know that while estimating these values, we can have two approaches. One approach is using the commands of Excel. How do we use the Excel command that we are going to learn in this practical? So say for example, we have to estimate about how many numbers are there in this application. Then if suppose the data is very huge, how to find the maximum and minimum value, how to find the sum of the values, or average or mean of the values, median and mode, then standard deviation, variance, if necessary the kurtosis and skewness can be estimated, and then the standard error. So in this example we have to remind the commands which are very specific for Excel. Generally, while applying the commands of Excel program, we should use the start sign. We should start with is equals to sign, and the command has to be given in a bracket form. How we can estimate that, we'll see here. Say for example, this is a data set and you wanted to calculate how many number of observations are these. Then you can simply give the command is equals to count in bracket. Just select these data set and complete the bracket. So this will give the value of n, how many number of observations are there. So in this way we can estimate the number of observation. If you are required to estimate the sum, then how we will calculate the sum? Simple, is equals to sum bracket, just select the data set and complete the bracket, enter. So this will be the sum. How we will find the mean value? For finding mean value, we have to adopt the command is equals to average. We know that mean and average are the same. Average in bracket, again select the term, complete the bracket, you will find the mean value of this data set. In the same way, if you wanted to find out which is the maximum and minimum value in this data set, you can find the maximum value, just is equals to max in bracket, then select the data set from which you will have to find the maximum value, complete the bracket, and you will have this value as a maximum value. Then finding the minimum value, again is equals to min, which is representing minimum, in bracket, again select the bracket, complete it, and you will find the minimum value. In simple, for every application you have to remind the specific term. The Excel itself showing, indicating what are the specific commands. Say for example, if you are interested to find the variance in the data set, simply is equals to var variance in bracket, you can find the data set, select the data set, complete the bracket, you will find the variance. Now if suppose you are you wanted to estimate the standard deviation, simply is equals to STDEV, standard deviation, in bracket, select the data set again, complete the bracket, and you will have the standard deviation. Now you know that for estimating the standard error, we have formula for standard error. What is that? It is standard deviation divided by square root of n. So this is our formula. So how, first of all, we have to estimate the square root of number of observation. Now here you can first of all count the number of observation just while we have calculated n is equals to 10. So first step is to find out the number of observation, then find out the square root. So we'll have is equals to square root of, select that number of observation, complete the bracket, enter. So this will give the standard square root of number of observation. Then for estimating the standard error, simply we have formula, it is standard deviation divided by square root of n. So here we have estimated the standard deviation and we can divide with standard square root of number of observation, that is this value. So in this way you can find out the standard error. Now this is just simple application of Excel to estimate the descriptive statistic values. You can also find the kurtosis and skewness in the data. Again, we have another approach for estimating the descriptive statistic values with the help of inbuilt data analytic software or toolkit. So in your data, so here in Excel, see the option data in the toolbar. Here you can find here the data analysis toolkit. Now just select the data analysis toolkit. Under this data analysis toolkit, here you can find out the descriptive statistic. Select it, said OK. So now here it will ask the input range. Just select the data set of which you wanted to estimate the descriptive statistic value. So here what we'll do, we will select the birth weight. So I have selected here. Again here, if you have selected the data along with its caption or label, then you will have to tick the label in the first row so that it will consider it as, it will not consider it as a value. Now here you will have to tick mark the summary statistic option. Now for a result, we have to select the output range cell. So here for considering the output range cell, I will select here one of the blank cell and I will go for descriptive statistic using toolkit. So here we can find the values of mean, standard error, median, mode, standard deviation, variance, skewness, kurtosis, maximum and minimum values, sum, count, everything, all the basic things which are considered to be as a descriptive statistic that are given by this data analysis. Many times it is present under the data tab, but if it is not there, you can simply go to the Excel options where you will find add-ins option. In this add-in you can find this analysis tool pack. You can go for adding this analysis tool back, then it will appear under the data. So again, here we can say that for estimating the descriptive statistic for another trade body weight, just I will revise the same act. I will select the data analysis. Under this data analysis, I will select the descriptive statistic. This descriptive statistic, it is required to be given with the input range. Here I will select the input range for body weight, and as I have mentioned the labels in the first row. Now for output, I will have to select another cell, so that by ticking the summary statistic itself, we can have the descriptive statistic at a one click. At a single click you can have all these observations, all these values. So I hope you like this exercise. Use the commands. Even if you are not able to download this data analysis toolkit, you can remind the commands for various descriptive statistics. Thank you.